Hi YouTube, Warfare back. I've been busy for a little bit. Work. Always have to work. Courtesy of the military life. Alright, so I'm gonna dive right into it. Specialization we're gonna do here today. We're gonna run technician specialization. Technician specialization mainly for this little guy right here, linked laser pointer. It's gonna allow you to pulse enemies, completely bypassing the 4-kill requirement that some of these weapons often have. So with the flatline, this gun has a flatline. You normally have to get 4 kills and then I'll apply pulse. With that link laser pointer, don't need to do that. Free 15% weapons damage. Okay, so that's why we're gonna run specialization, the technician specialization for this. Now weapon setup simple for the 3rd slot sidearm. You do whatever you want. I'm just trying to upgrade that bad boy up to rank 10. For the secondary slot, Scorpio, I'm gonna be running the Scorpio. So if you don't have Scorpio, with this setup, I would run the ACS 12. And if you got flatline with that, that's gonna help as well. So you can use that link laser pointer to get that free 50% damage using the ACS 12. If you don't have the Scorpio, then that's fine. If you have Scorpio, fantastic. Cool. And let's see. Now we're gonna go to primary slot here. I'm gonna run a carbine 7, and you see it's already fully optimized here. I'm gonna run that flatline perk again, 50% free damage. There's a reason why I'm doing it, so you'll see in a little bit. But this will be the weapon setup here that we're gonna have. You got two setups here, so I'll cover this first one real fast. Now going right into the actual setup here, we're going to cover the backpack and the chest piece. So the backpack, we're going to run a Bellstone. It's going to have that 1% armor regen, and the talent on that is going to be the unstoppable force. So killing an enemy increases total weapon damage by 5% for 15 seconds. That stacks up to 5 times, so that's 25% weapons damage on kill for 15 seconds. Now for the chest piece, we're going to run the Fenris group AB. You're going to get that 10% assault rifle damage rocking this chest piece here, as well as the talent spotter. So that's why we're running the link laser pointer. So now in combination with getting 15% weapons damage from the carbine 7 flatline talent, the chest piece spotter is going to give you an additional 15% for both weapons and skill damage. So we're going to get 30% weapons damage and 15% skill damage. So that's why we're running that there. Okay, you can already see the core tributes and then your normal tributes here. And then for the backpack itself, here are the core tributes and normal tributes as well. I wanted to swap out that headshot damage, but I didn't. It is what it is, working with it. Now armor set we're going to cover here is going to be the Umbra Initiative set itself. Now here's the whole setup here. So 2-piece, you're going to get 15% critical hit chance, 30% reload speed. 3-piece, 4-piece, you're going to get the actual perk itself. You get 2 perks with this, so from the shadows and into the light. I was messing around with this, so I actually like it. Now you can see here in the from the shadows, while you're in cover, you'll gain 10 stacks up to 50, and then from those 10 stacks, each stack you'll get 1% critical hit damage. So you'll get 5% critical damage on top of everything else that you currently have on your gear set itself, which I'll show in a little bit. And you'll get 0.3% RPMs. While you're in cover, these are the stacks that's gonna affect those two attributes there. So critical hit damage, RPMs. So you're essentially gonna get 5% critical hit damage, and then like, what is it, 5 times 0, so you're gonna get like 1.3% RPMs. The buff doesn't apply while you're in cover, so you have to get the buff, then you get out of cover, and then the critical hit damage and RPMs apply. Now while you are out of cover, you get the secondary perk into the light. When you're out of cover, it says it right over here, you're gonna gain 10 stacks up to 50, and you're gonna get 0.8% armor regen. Okay, now those stacks are going to be consumed once you get in cover, so you got to build those stacks up, and then once you get into cover, then it's going to apply the 0.8% armor regen. So this is essential to why we're rocking that Bellstone, because you're already going to get the plus 1% armor regen in combination with you getting that 0.8%. So that's 5. You're going to get what, stacks. So one stack will give you 0.8%. That goes up to 50, so 5. So the 0.8% times 5, you're going to get essentially 4% armor regen. Okay, on top of you running your Bellstone with that 1% armor regen, so you're going to get 5% armor regen. That's when you are out of cover, and then when you get damage, hide behind cover, and then it's going to apply from that into the light perk and consume your stacks, which will essentially give you that 5% armor regen. 4% without the Bellstone 1% armor regen. So that's how that armor setup works. Now this is how this is all gonna go. So here we go. So Umbra set, I have armor core, double crit hit damage on a mask, and then for the gloves, armor core, crit hit chance. For the knees, that's weapons damage, core, and crit hit chance. And then you got weapons damage, crit hit chance. Alright, so this is how this setup is going to work in combination with us using flatline here on the carbine 7, and then the chest piece using spotter. You're going to get 30% weapons damage increase in combination with running unstoppable force, because that's 25% weapons damage once you get that initial kill, on top of your 30% weapons damage. Let's see here. So now skills is pretty simple. I'm gonna run the drone. That's gonna be at a tier 1, and then the ballistic shield. Ballistic shield mainly for when you get out of cover, is for those situations if you need to use your shield and engage. That way you can take full advantage of the from the shadows perk once you proc it. That's the biggest reason why I'm using that ballistic shield. Okay, now stats. Here's how all of this looks with the stats when you combine all these items here. So for this setup here, critical hit chance, we're at 51.6%, and then we're at 102 crit hit damage. You're gonna get that. We had 62% headshot damage, so take full advantage of that running carbine and or the Scorpio. My Scorpio has max 10% headshot damage in combination with one of the, I think it was the knees or gloves that had headshot damage. Okay, with the 30% reload speed that you're gonna get from actually rocking the Umbra Initiative set. Oops. So all that is going to tie in together damage wise, and at the same time healing wise, using the into the light in combination with the Bellstone armor regen. Now how do you make this work? That's why we're at the range. That's how we make this work. Oh. Alright, cool. So you can already see in combat, I'm already getting the eagle proccing there. That is the what is it? Jeez. That is the into the light. Okay, so we're going to do from shadows first. So from shadows, if you hide behind cover, You see right there, that's into the shadows. From cover, you get those 50 stacks. You're gonna get that increase in crit hit damage and RPMs, your increased rate of fire. Okay, so this is the stack that you get. Now when you get out of it, that's when those stacks are going to get consumed, but you're going to get increased damage on top of increased RPM. So here, increased RPMs, increased damage. You can see the debuff is going down slowly, which is going to happen with you when you're in combat. That's how that works. At the same time, my Into the Light has already procced, and that's the secondary perk that you see that's highlighted. So that one's going to completely disappear and go away. Now this is your Into the Light. How Into the Light works, remember, when you have Into the Light, you get armor regen. So injuring yourself here, whoops, didn't even do that. Now that's just the normal armor regen hitting us up right now, that 1%. The moment you hide behind cover, it's going to bump up to that initially that 5% armor regen until you lose the buff. When you lose the buff entirely, it's going to go slower. But once you get the stacks back up, you hide behind cover, it's going to proc you so you can fully heal. So that's how the Into the Light and the From the Shadows 2 perks work. In combination with me using the drone, you want to use your drone because the drone itself is going to help bring those ads out of the picture, so you can help pick them off. And remember, both buffs work hand in hand. You have to hide behind cover to proc one, stack up, and then you have to be out of cover in combat to help proc the other one. So one's going to give you increased weapons damage, the other one's going to help you heal. The moment you are hiding behind cover, it will help you heal. So that's why I have this set up the way I have it set up, just like this. Okay, now this is just this variation here. I'll run this variation in a little quick combat play, and then we'll run the second variation here for my exotic users. So this setup over here, it's the same exact thing. The difference with this setup though is we've switched to gunner. So now you're going to get 10% armor on kill, and we're going to be running St. Elmo's engine. Okay, the difference here is the chest piece. I only swapped out the chest piece. It's still Fenris, so we get that 10% assault rifle damage, but the talent we're going to be running is Obliterate, so you're going to get 25% weapons damage. Or critical hits increase total weapons damage 25%. So this is the only difference here that swap out in combination with swapping out the rock and roll. You can run whatever you want for secondary. I just put the rock and roll here because I was trying to finish up ranking it up. It's at rank 5 currently, but you can use this rock and roll. That's perfectly fine, and add a critical hit chance mod to it. But that's the only difference with this setup while running St. Elmo's engine. Now the stats for this one is different from the other set of stats that you guys seen. This is max crit hit chance, and then we got increased critical hit damage, 123.6%. So this setup, I'll run that setup on the second combat play. I'm gonna run the first setup first. We head back to using this guy here. All right, we'll get into some combat play with the first variation. Stand by.
I got something here.
There we go. Yeah, increasing RPMs right there. Nice, nice. Heal up a little bit. Boom. Ooh. That was that setup. Let's switch it up to using St. Elmo's. Gonna run this setup here.
Warning. Unauthorized network access detected.
Damn, they've already reached the shade node. Get there as fast as you can.
Yeah, that increase in freaking red fire, man. Jeez. I like it. I like it. Get my stacks up. Ooh, we got a big boy.
Serious trauma detected.
I'm taking too many hits.
Heal up. Oh, my turret. Nice, 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 nice. Yeah, man. So that's that setup there. Secondary setup here. It's actually feels really, really good. I like it. Yeah, that obliterate. Yeah, I like it. But that's your secondary setup. I already covered that first setup. So yeah, man, give it a try. I actually enjoy it. It feels good. I actually like this gear set. It's not bad at all. So just try out those 2 variation setups. Yeah, man, tell me what you guys think about it in the comments. And yeah, definitely chime in, add your input for what you think you could add on there to make it better. It's gonna help out a lot of the biggest things for the newer agents too, man. That's the biggest thing. Until then, warfare, yo.